Here I am, backstage at the INEC in Killarney. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. I may or may not have taken some bananas and a cup of tea, and they said it was fine with them, so I said that I'd have at it while I could. So, Andrew Hozier Byrne, do I call you Andrew or Hozier?
Call me Andrew, actually, yeah. Whatever suits, yeah, call me Andrew.
Cool, right. Well, Andrew, it's brilliant to have you back here. You performed around about the same time last year, and I was thinking, my God, it was amazing to see him because he's going to be around the world. He probably won't come back to Killarney again, well, not for another few years, and you're back again, so it's great to have you back.
Yeah, no, it's great to be back. Yeah, I love coming to Kerry, and it's always a brief turnaround, sadly, whenever you're on tour. But I'm thrilled to be back. Just good to be back in Ireland and back playing to Irish audiences, I have to say. Yeah. It's a nice thing to do before Christmas.
And of course, I was looking at your schedule. You've been on tour, I think it's for about 16 months now, and you're going to be finishing at the end of March. Mm-hmm. But you do have almost 2 weeks of a break for Christmas, so is that something that you've been looking forward to for a good while now?
Yes, like anyone, but definitely it's been a while since since we had I think 10 days off is a big deal for anyone on tour, I think. But definitely, so myself and the band it's just good to be home. You miss the simple things, and Christmas is the best time for it. The worst thing you miss is sleeping and eating, like at home. So Christmas is just the best time to be at home for it,
Yeah. And what is going to be your plan for Christmas? Is it just as simple as sleeping and eating?
Pretty much, yeah. Keeping the phone switched off, and that's it. That's every Backstage. I think so, yeah.
And is it difficult? I mean, since Take Me to Church came out, it was around about 2 years ago now, and it's sort of gone from strength to strength to strength. I mean, you won an award there for Best Song of the Year from BBC just a couple of weeks ago. So is it difficult going back to your hometown, or do people just kind of, treat you as a normal person?
I live in a very small village, so it's kind of, enough. Yeah, I mean, I kind of keep the head down, I think, wherever I go, or try to at least. So, but yeah, it's always best if things are just as normal, because you come back and you just want things to be normal. You know what I mean? So it's lovely when things just. So yeah, for the most part, yeah. So it's nice. It's lovely just to come back to that.
It's difficult to keep the head down as well when you're 6'5".
Yeah, exactly. You're not the most inconspicuous shape, kind of walking around the pub, So, but looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And you said there that you like coming to Kerry. It's a shame that you have to be heading up to Dublin tonight after the gig because you're performing there in a couple of nights. Yeah. Have you been to Kerry before when you were growing up, and where have you been? Where have you got to visit?
Yeah, a few times maybe as a kid, but the last proper time I had to spend a bit of time here is Alex Ryan, who in the band, he's from Kerry himself, and I met him in college, so we kind of came down. When we all had a bit more time on our hands, came down for a weekend down here, and he lives up in the mountains, so just go for walks. Had a lot of fun up here, and it is a gorgeous place. And I'm always, people kind of you're asked maybe when you're in America or whatever, people are thinking of going to Ireland. I usually say just do Dublin second, but give yourself a bit of time to if you're checking out cities and stuff. But usually the first place you should check out is the West, because it's just check out Kerry, check out just kind of Cork and this side of the country, because it's like nowhere else. It's an Ireland that you can't find anywhere else. Yeah, love it here.
And what part of Kerry is Alex from? Is he from Killarney?
He's from Kenmare.
Kenmare?
Yeah.
Very good. Right. Yeah. You see, it's very important to get that in there, because his parents could be listening, and if he doesn't get the proper mention or recognition, it could be all over. It could be war altogether on Radio Kerry. Listen, you've been on the road you've been in the public eye for about 2 years now, off the back of one album, and I suppose the biggest hit so far is obviously Take Me to Church, a song which you recorded in your parents' attic. So when you were recording that, did you have any idea or sort of any inkling that it would connect with people on such a global scale in the way it did?
No. I think I was very lucky that the kind of stars aligned in a lot of ways, and a lot of things came together. It just connected. I thought that it would be appreciated maybe by a small audience, and it would not be. It just wasn't an obvious hit for mainstream success. It wasn't an obvious radio hit either. It wasn't an obvious radio play. We didn't think that it would really be played on radio or end up in the charts all that much, you know. So it surpassed all my expectations. So I was very much kind of surprised by that and encouraged. And I think a lot of artists out there who are kind of coming up in a similar way could be encouraged by that. And, you know, I think it's very hopeful.
I've doing research for this interview. I came across a number of people referring to Take Me to Church as the anti-homophobic anthem around the world, and I suppose it wouldn't have happened without the brilliant video that goes along with it. It's been viewed 300 million times or something crazy like that. Whose idea was it to have that story for that song?
Yeah, so it was Brendan Canty and Colin Thompson, our two directors from a team called Feel Good Lost. They're from Galway, and they did a fantastic treatment. And we they had with a lot of the kind of visual elements of the video, and we just sat down and started chatting about it and talking about what was going on in Russia and this institutionalized homophobia that was going on, these anti-gay propaganda laws as they were called. So I kind of introduced that idea to the guys, and we kind of just hashed out the video and they made an absolutely fantastic, stunning piece of work, and it really connected. It was a big part of the song, kind of connecting in the early hours, days.
Yeah, and of course 2015 has been a monumentous year for Ireland and even for the world to have gay marriage to be voted in with a clear majority, the first country to do so. So was that something which you felt proud of Ireland for, because you've been around the rest of the world? How have people been viewing Ireland since that happened?
Yeah, it's a very fantastic, because I think it's the first nation on the planet that did it by referendum. So the fact that it was done by the people is an incredibly very powerful statement, and it is the first nation on the planet to have done it that way. So we can be very proud of that, I think. So I was, and you know, people really noticed that. I think it's, you know, globally that was a huge moment, and especially traditionally, this, you know, Ireland considered. I still get asked questions about it being, you know, a Catholic country and stuff like that. So it is. It was a very strong statement. So very, very proud. Yeah. I thought it was a wonderful moment.
Yeah. And do you feel that you know, you mentioned there the horrible incidents which were happening in Russia at the time when you were coming up with the idea for the video for Take Me to Church. Do you feel like Take Me to Church has sort of shone the light into the darkness of that situation? Do you think it's helped anything in that regard?
I think if nothing else, it kind of, if it spread awareness of something like that, that's a good thing. Yeah. And even if it made anyone to kind of stop and think for a moment, that's a positive thing. And you know, it was a dark state of affairs. But I think even if it was anybody from whatever age group watching the video or discussing it, I think drawing attention to it or just getting a conversation going, bringing something like that to the attention of everyday people, that's if nothing else, I'll be happy with that.
Okay, and that was 2 years ago when that song was written, recorded and everything else, and well, since then people have been delighted to have, you know, a lot of the songs released as singles off that debut album. But everybody's wondering now, because you've been touring around the world for so long, it's almost a year and a half, have you had time to start putting together new songs, new material? Is there any plan once the tour is finished in March?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. March is kind of the start of a bit of a break. So it's very hard on tour. If you're on a bus, you're staying with 15, 16 other people all on the same bus. So it's hard and you're tired all the time. So I'm trying to, yeah. Now I have a lot of ideas there, but it begins and ends with ideas until the tour ends, I think. So I'm excited and I'm eager to make new music. But yeah, it'll be a while. It won't be too long. But I'm excited to kind of get going on it. Yeah.
Right. Well, maybe you need to head back to Kenmare for yourself and get away from everything. You can keep the head down there, no bother. I'm sure.
Yeah, keep the space. Yeah.
Listen, Andrew, thank you so much for popping down to us. I'm looking forward to watching you tonight, and hopefully I can meet you again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a million for that. Cheers. Thank you.